national education policy, which is established from the year 2020. So this is like a slight understanding about what is this policy about. How many of you are aware of this kind of things are happening in this country? Okay, so at least there is something called national education policy. That much awareness. Okay. How many of you have gone through this document or have some brief idea about this? Any at least 10% of idea. All right, you got it. Is it? All right. Okay. So I don't expect any doubts from you now. Okay. Yeah. So we are all like understanding this to the maximum level possible, but still it is not completely defined. I mean, the policy document is ready, but the implementation of this things are still under discussion happening, because you know that Karnataka is one of the state government which is trying to implement it the first time in India. If you can see that currently in the first semester, okay? And remember that you are not going to directly getting any benefit out of this, okay? Then my question is like, why should be you knowing this? Do you have any answer for that? I mean, other than the knowledge part, like why you should know this? Any specific reason? Huh? Okay. I would say one simple example, like maybe after around today, now you are around 21, maybe around 20s or something, or 22. Okay, so maybe after around 10 years, you might be many of you will be getting married and you will be having your kids. Okay, that is one of the important aspects. Your kids are going to be the beneficiary of this. That's the one thing. Suppose if you are not interested in marriage or not to have kids or something, then the second reason is what? You will be having siblings, right? Younger siblings in your house. Maybe they are in this current, maybe in the first standard or second standard. So for them, this will be useful. So just have an understanding on this national education policy. It is very dry when I explain it here. So if any interactions as much as possible, I can answer to you. I hope I am audible also, right? So yeah, this is a policy which is framed by Dr. Kasturirangan in his and his team in the year 1999, and it came into Parliament, approved this in this July 29th of 2020. That's the date this is approved by the Parliament. And if you remember, this is not the first time any education policy has come in existence in the Indian Parliament system. So it has got a long history. You can see the history of this national education policy. It spans from 1964. I mean, the University Education Commission started in 1948. Okay, I don't want to give you much details about these things. The last policy, which was framed by Dr. Kasturirangan in 1929, and later it got the parliamentary approval in July 29, 2020. So we can say like almost every 2 decades the national education policy is coming up. Every 2 decades we can say. So the last one was in 1992. 1992 was the policy that is called National Policy of Education. Slightly renamed. There are a lot of things which is updated in this current policy. And why do you need this kind of policy? That's the next question. So if you see here, there is something called that. This is UN's requirement of sustainable development goals in the society. So they have written around 17 goals here. You can see that if you are climbing our first floor seminar hall, in front of that, this is written there. Okay, there are 17 goals for the human development and for the sustainable development. And the fourth goal of that, what is the fourth goal in that? Quality education. So this is India is doing in line with the requirement or the suggestions from the UN. So that is one of the things, and we have our own flavors to that. So this is based on one of that. This is called SDG 4. This education aspect is called SDG 4. Okay, and you can see that this is the vision. The vision of this national education policy is written here. India-centered education system which can transform the current education. How exactly the transformation comes in the picture, you will see in short span of time. Okay, now you see that the problem with the existing education system, I mean, all of you are very much aware, you have a very full debate about that, you totally agree with me, right? What is that? We are all come to an engineering degree here, and we are all evaluating you based on one matrix. We never evaluate you based on your quality. You may be very good in certain things, but we never evaluate that aspect. So this is one of the fundamental problem here. Like people say that like there is a quote which is attributed but not directly. It is basically misattributed by advertising. Like if you ask a fish and who is that, a monkey, to evaluate their capacity by climbing the tree, then you cannot evaluate the capacity of a fish. So that's not the problem with the current system. All your memory is checked, not your basic understanding or how exactly you are approaching a system, or your what I would say that what exactly that your basic interest. Certain things you will be very good. You all very well know that in for example, maybe let me take your name. What's your name? Archana. So Archana is a very good dancer. Are you? Maybe. Okay. Archana is a very good dancer. But we are doing an engineering. This is an engineering college, right? We have no mechanism here to give a credit for Archana. Credit in the sense that credit. I mean, you have credit system in this academic system, right? So we don't have a system to give a credit for Archana for her dance, and we are assuming that it is nothing. Even if Archana is an extremely good classical dancer, but according to our current engineering system, she is a failure. That is what we are tagging, because if she is not good in the engineering skills, so she is a failure. That is a fundamental problem in this current education system. So that is the very core thing which we are addressing in this national education policy. Okay. So now, if you see here, there are certain fundamental principles this has come out with. Like you can see that it will recognize, identify, and foster the unique capabilities of each student. The uniqueness of each student will be identified, and we will be giving, and this NEP will be awarding credits, or it will appreciate that and give the credits means marks or something like that. Okay, and in this system, the highest priority, the ultimate priority is given to the foundational literacy and the numeracy for all the students by grade 3. See, remember, this literacy policy was already there in the Indian education system, because we have seen that many of the Indian government policies are there to improve the literacy. Like if you see from around 26 or 27% to we have reached a stage around 70 something approximately, and there are some states like we can see that 100% literacy they claim. So this literacy is already there in the progress. Apart from the literacy, that means apart from reading and writing, even numerical capability. That is one of the fundamental things for us to survive in the society. Like how to count, how to do the transaction, how to find the percentage. So there are many numerical skills are required for surviving in the society. So this is one of the important aspects. And by grade 3, all the children will be able to acquire this literacy as well as numeracy. Okay, and the next fundamental principle is the flexibility to choose between different programs. Like as I said, like in Archana's case, if she's a dancer, yes, she can proceed with the dancing career as well as she can proceed with the engineering career. She can choose between what all she is good in. It is not like we will frame the curriculum and she should follow only that. That's one of the things. And there is no hard separation between arts and sciences. If you see that now itself in our college, you can see how much priority is given to the arts or any other kind of universal human values kind of subjects, right? This is going to increase. So this is one of the fundamental principles. And you can see there are around 11 to 15 principles written there. To self-explain, you can just go through this. So these are the fundamental principles by which this NEP is built upon. Okay, NEP is built upon. And let me see that, anything which is to be, we will include some extensive use of technology, focus on regular formative assessment. This is one of the another important aspect we can say that. Till now your assessment is done by your teachers, right? And I know that you have a question in your feedback form, right? Is the teacher is partial towards you or towards other student, right? So that question arises when the complete authority is given to a teacher to assess you. So this system is not only a teacher is assessing you, even a peer assessment. like you will be assessing your friend will be assessing you, and it's a kind of a 360-degree feedback system, you can say. So that's called the formative assessment system. And definitely you can see the first line. Still, we are not eliminated from there, right? It is always guided by the teacher-centric approach. And there are some frameworks, like the frameworks itself, the relative frameworks. If you see here, when you joined in this college, engineering college, there are many hurdles you had. Like you have a board examination authority, you have a CET, there is a KE, Karnataka Examination Authority, or Common Care Authority. Then there are multiple boards which is governing. Now you have VTU, inside the VTU is governed by UGC, again the health system is governed by ACT. So there are many frameworks are there to control the quality of this education. That will be made light, but still it will be of good quality. So there are few more fundamental principles as I listed here. And now if you look at this policy document, this is around 60 to 66 pages document. You can see that it is available here. I have also downloaded that here. You can see it. This is that policy document I am talking about. You can see that. It's around 65, 66 pages you can see here, right? Yeah. So this document is what I am trying to explain, the extract of that, okay? So the outline of that document, that 66 pages document, like it is divided into 4 parts. First part talks about the school education, second part talks about the higher education, where we belongs to. And then there are some more focus areas like which is mentioned in the part 3, and the implementation part. So implementation, I am not discussing it here because still there are a lot of arguments and dialogues happening in that line. Okay. So when it comes to the part 1, the school education, what are the changes? Okay, there are certain disadvantages for the school education, the current system. So considering that, you can see that, as I said earlier, that and now if you see that there is no hard and fast rules that a children has to go for an LKG or UKG or something like that. They can directly go to first standard, as per the government system is concerned. But still, there are private schools, they will not take them without UKG, LKG, but the government rule does not say that. So that is where, like, private schools, we have I mean, at least, there are some improvements we can see in the private education system, because they will have a different framework there. Even though government has got Anganwadis which is given for this kind of facilities, but it is not mandatory. But if you see in our Indian education system, the education is mandatory or it is the right of the children from first standard to the 10th standard. That's a right for them. But it is not the right for the below thing. So that is going to change now. Now current system, if you see, it is like, you can see here, it is from age 6 to age 16. That is from first standard to 10th standard, then we have a +2. So this is the current education system, which is going to be changed completely now. Okay, this is going to be changed completely for your siblings or for your children. It is going to be like the one what you are seeing on the right side. The first 3 years, that is, as well as totally starting from age 3. You can see that starting from age 3 to age 8, you can see that the first 5 years will be called the foundations. Like 3 years will be having this Anganwadi. Like you can say that now also that nursery, pre-KG, UKG, LKG, same concept only, but it will be made mandatory for the children. And then will come class 1 and 2. Okay, so that is what here you see. This is called the foundational stage. So that will be mandatory for the students. Again, after that you will be having a preparatory stage from class 3 to 5, and followed by middle and then the secondary. You can see here now, the total number of years they will be learning is around how much years now? From age 3 to age 18. How many years? 15 years. Currently you see age 6 to age how much? 18. So that extra 3 years is basically for the lower side. Because you know that the many studies have done that the main brain development, whether it is a language or any other basically the development, the frontal cortex, the cognitive ability, everything will be maximum happening in that young ages. You can see that if your parents are speaking multiple languages, how quickly the young children will learn speaking multiple languages in that young age. Okay, so that's a very critical age. That's one of the main difference we can see. That is, this is going to happen in the new system. See that there is no priority for vocational training. Vocational training means like you all are electronics engineers, right? Suppose in your house, if there is a requirement of suddenly like your UPS has gone wrong, how many of you are literally able to repair that? I mean, are you confident about that? I mean, it is a very embarrassing fact, right? I mean, I remember like I did my diploma in 1997 or 1998, and you know, when I come out of this diploma, like my neighbor was there, they had a radio. Okay, so okay, I'm an engineer. I mean, diploma was an engineer at that time, you know. So they said, okay, he's an electronics engineer, so he may be knowing how to repair a radio. And it was an embarrassing situation for me also, because they expect like, you know, we should be able to. It's not like only coding or doing some VLSI thing, which is like, you know, for the companies. How day-to-day activities you are able to solve this. So this is called vocational training, and that will be given priority in this education system. So not only the mathematical or computational or programming skills will be taught to you, but there will be pottery, woodwork, electrical work, gardening, or all others, like even cooking. That's one of the important requirements, especially I'm telling you, to survive, right? So all these things will be a part of the curriculum. That's what I think, this will be a part of the curriculum.